President Biden actually passed the ability for justices to have protection, because since the leak happened, there have been many death threats and all that. So now they need to ramp that up much more for these justices, because for them to make the decision for over 350 million people in the United States, and those are just the numbers that we have of their population. This is a significant ruling. It changes things for 50 years, waking everybody up. You're right, saying that just because you have had something in place for half a century doesn't mean that we can change it. And that's what June 24th showed for the justices making that decision for the 6-3. And now other things are up for debate. So now I think people are going to be a lot more proactive. I think what happened with the pandemic is we tuned in a lot more to realizing how much our elected officials can make decisions on our life. Right? No longer can you just ignore an election. No longer can you just not know who are your elected officials. What do they think? What are the values of this party versus that party versus another? Where do you sit on? Are you a registered voter? Are you active? Are you buying memberships to a party so you can vote for that leader or for that candidate? Now it's waking people up, because I think the pandemic showed that we had the concept of you're an essential business, you're a non-essential business. These are not something you learn in business school. That you can open up a business that's essential, you can open up a business that's non-essential. These are not things that you get into in an MBA before the pandemic. And as we tuned in every day to hear our elected officials make a decision on, is it safe to leave your house? Who can you leave your house with? Who can you talk to? Who can you come into contact with? What must you do? Whether you should inject yourself, whether you should not. All those things set aside, and now you have rulings like this, understanding that, oh, wait a minute, there is no federal act that protects certain social rights when it comes to, well, it's not just social, it's much more than that. Then you realize then you hold them more accountable. So I think this is a new era of now, if elected officials felt that they were under the microscope and they were being judged beyond any level standard, I think now we've gone to a whole nother level, and rightly so, because of things like this.
Yeah, and one thing I'd like to add to some of these things, I think there are many studies which have been done recently. I mean, I could go on with 10 different aspects of the reproductive system, but pick any one. I mean, the sperm or the ovum for that matter. When was it discovered? When did we realize that ovum, where does it stand? And I think with the recent scientific advancements and discoveries, things do change, and I think we need to see this in this perspective with the recent scientific evidence which shows us. Second point, I've listened to this debate many times, and women's rights, I think, are we going too overboard? But let me ask a very simple question: too overboard? I mean, does it really give any sort of pleasure, or it's a good thing? I mean, it's really painful. It could be horrifying experience for many women to really get aborted. So it's not really talking about somebody's not doing it out of pleasure. They have to do it because they think we need to get ourselves aborted. So let's not even take the debate on that side.